Hello dear friends, with Unaya. I noticed that more and more mods for factories began to appear. And this is such a loader mod, which in Russian means a mod loader. In other words, this is a program without which you will not be able to play with mods. For example, the most famous loader mod in Minecraft today is Forge. If you do not know what Forge is, then I advise you to first watch my video about how to install mods on Minecraft. There, I explained why Forge is needed and how to download and install it. Recently, most of the good mods are created for two versions at once, for Forge and for factories. But this does not always happen. Some cool mods are created only for one version of the loader mod. In particular, as I mentioned, Fabric is becoming more and more popular. If it turned out that the mod you liked was not for the usual Forge, but for this new and incomprehensible factory, then today my video will help you figure out how to install mods on factories. I warn you right away that I will show the installation of factories on the licensed Minecraft launcher. I didn't understand how it happens in those launchers. So, first of all, you need to download Fabric Load. To do this, go to his official website. I will leave a link to it in the description under the video. By clicking on this big button, we download the installer of the latest version for Windows. If you want to download older versions, you can find them by clicking here and then choose which version of the factories you need. After downloading the newest version of the Chlora factories, drag the file to the desktop or to any folder where it will be convenient for you to store it. Then we run this case, the installer window opens, and here we see several settings. Here, you can choose the version of Minecraft on which we want to install our factory. As you can see, it can be installed on Minecraft, starting from version 1.14 and higher. I will choose the newest version 1.18.1 at the moment. And keep in mind that to install factories on any version of Minecraft, you must already have this version of Minecraft installed in the launcher. I hope this is clear to everyone. Then, select the loader version. It is better to choose the newest one, the one at the top of the list. Then specify the path to the folder where the installation will take place. It's better not to change anything here, because Minecraft is always installed on disk C, and then at the address that you see here. All that remains is to click Install. If everything is done correctly, the installation is fast, and there is a sign that everything was successful. Click Oklahoma, checking it out. Launch the Minecraft launcher and go to the installation section. Click New Installation, and here in the version section, we are looking for our version from the factories. Here it is. Choose. Be sure to save. Again, we go to the Play section, and now we find it in the window for selecting the version of the game. Here it is. But do not rush to press the play button, because the vast majority of mods created for factories require the installation of an additional mod, Factories API. It can be easily downloaded from Fortune. I also left a link to this modic in the description under the video. So, we go to the site, and in the Files section, we look for the version of the mod we need. But keep in mind that you need to download the same version of the API as the version of the installed factory itself. That is, if you have installed 1.18.1 version of Lower's factories, then both factories and Pi need to download the same version, that is, 1.18.1. And of course, it's best to download the latest version, and Pi, I'll choose this one. Download it. After that, we transfer the downloaded file to the MockDaddy. Like all the usual mods, everything can now be assumed that you have fully installed the factories. But before starting the game, I advise you to delete the config folder, because if this is not done, the mine may crash due to conflicts with the mod's configs. If you did everything right, then the mine will start, and you will be able to install mods designed for factories. But keep in mind that some mods may require the installation of some additional mods. They are also called libraries. In my reviews, I always say which additional libraries need to be installed for a particular mod to work, and also give links to download them. Well, that's probably all. I hope this video will be useful to someone, and you will now be able to play not only with mods created for the Fortune version of Minecraft, but also with mods for factories. Well, I ran to look for new, interesting mods for you. Don't forget to put your fingers up for my efforts. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. There are a lot of interesting reviews on various mods waiting for you. See you again, dear friends. Bye bye bye.